search for what is love. And I'm going to take you folks to a book I found, Judged Out of Truth. It's not released yet. This is a backstage pass. And in this book, we're going to go to about page 289, mid-chapter 45, Jesus is Truth. I'll take you through this. And this sets the stage. It's in mid-heaven. We're going to get to meet Jesus here. And this is Michael the Archangel. So here we go. Michael looks at Jesus and the apostles and says, "Throughout this trial, we have cleared Mr. Doe's name by his many testimonies. We have shown this audience unequivocally that truth and judgment are being misused by the religion that put forth this charge." Jesus nods to John. John then gets up to speak. John says, "We, the court of this high heavens, have unanimously overturned this charge, judged out of truth." John prompts Michael, "Does the defendant have a statement?" "Yes, John. My defendant has made a statement." My eyebrows lift. I had no idea what he was talking about. Michael pulls out of his wing a crumpled ball of paper and then straightens it out. He hands the paper to me and asks quietly, "Can I read your statement to the court?" I hold the paper in my hand, nodding my head as I read it, silently to myself. I'm reluctant to have Michael read the note. It was private, and now I feel embarrassed about what I wrote. Regardless, I already nodded out of impulse. I recognized it instantly. It was my handwriting on a note from 10 years ago, when I quit the religion. I crumpled up the note and burned it in the fire one night, hoping no one would see it. I was downhearted at the time, and I thought no one was listening anyways. But I could not believe Michael somehow saved it out of the fire pit. I thought I watched it burn. Still thinking about that time, it seems like yesterday. I crumple the note back up into my hand again, and I look up to the clouded ceiling of the courtroom. I close my eyes, pondering that moment in time. Then I shake my head and my fist in desperation as I relive those last few memories. I lower my head, opening my eyes, and a gush of tears roll down my cheeks. I hand the crumpled paper back to Michael. Michael turns to John. "This is my client's statement," and he unwrinkled the note as he turns to the audience to read. "God, why have you left me? Is there more to this life? How do I find happiness and deal with strife? What is the truth? And why am I here? What is next? Is it something to fear? What is judgment? Who can cast it? Will I find it? Will I master it?" John, now looking for clarification, asks Michael, "Can you please have Mr. Doe elaborate so we are all clear on his statement?" Michael puts his hand on my shoulder and then he gestures me. "My friend, I know this is very trying. I'm sorry you have to relive that moment. But please tell us. Let us know what was going on in your mind and why did you write those words down?" I look over at John, slightly embarrassed. I use my sleeve and wipe my tears away. I gather my composure the best I can and use both hands, slightly leaning on the podium to gain my balance. Still looking down, I think to myself, just tell them. I lift my head to face the audience and I say in a weak voice, "In 2012, my entire world caved in when my dad died. My dad was worldly. I never spent enough time with him. And it made me sad because he was gone. Shortly after that, I quit the Kingdom Hall and I went through a divorce. One night I sat alone by the fire pit in the backyard and I wrote that note. I threw it in the fire and I watched it burn. I'm sorry, Jesus, for writing that note and leaving religion and God. I realized that later God did not leave me. It was me that left God. Jesus was quiet for the whole trial, with only a few words, but now he stands. The whole audience is listening. Jesus invites me over and wraps his warm hands around my shoulders. I could feel all my negative energy disappear into his body, and I felt light in heart and head. He then asks, "Son, please do not be sad any longer. What was it that you were seeking for? What was it that you were looking for back then?" I look up to Jesus and I say, "I was searching for love." Jesus pauses and says, "Well, son, it has a glow. It's hard to catch, and you must go slow. She blows in the wind and lands on a flower. And when you finally catch her, you gain lots of power." He says, "Son, keep chasing love in her many colors. You know, son, the energy of love is the Holy Spirit." Well, there you have it, folks. That's a little bit of the story from Mid-Heaven. And you can get this story soon. It'll be available on Amazon. If you join Patreon, you will get a signed copy if you become one of my sponsors. And we'll soon have details on that. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit. And until next time, live your life with love. Bye for now.